So I actually picked up Raidraptors recently, and I didn't actually get a chance to finishing it. But I learned a lot of the combo lines, so we'll see if we can get some of this spicy stuff going on here. It looks like Christian's going to be leading with Foolish Burial. Okay.
That's got to be a bit of an alarm bell for Matthew going, what deck plays Foolish Burial?
Yeah,
Like,
I know, right? Okay, so we're going to send... Okay, that's interesting. I wouldn't really normally play this. I think it's just an easier way to lose to Droll and Lockbird, but maybe that isn't very popular nowadays. We've got Mimicry, so Raidraptor Mimicry just searches a Raidraptor card. And the way this deck works, essentially, is if you can make a rank 4, you can do your full combo. Now, the question is, will Matthew have some sort of disruption for this, which, in a Pendulum deck, I don't think there's really that much space to afford for hand traps and stuff, right? Because it's generally quite a heavy engine-style deck, especially when he's also cramming in super heavies.
yeah, he's got 45 cards and none of them look like they stop your opponent on the first turn. So I think he's just going for it. It's a full engine deck.
Yeah, okay. It looks like we've got the... I think it's Balloon Vulture is the name. It basically special summons itself and another Raidraptor from the hand. So that's just a way to just basically make an instant rank 4. It doesn't use your normal summon. And I believe that's, I think, Noir as well here, which might be able to get a search. Oh, that is a Veiler. That is a bait, my friend. You are you are not aware as we are overlaying up into the Raiders Knight, which is also considered a Phantom Knight card, funnily enough. I'm sure there's some Arc V references there between them.
Do you reckon it's relevant for any cards?
Oh, double Veiler. Okay, this is a really clutch Veiler here, actually. So Raiders Knight is like the weakest point of the combo. If you stop Raiders Knight, it's... Yeah. Yes, as you can see, it's pretty rough. Poor Christian. All right, we're starting with Wakaushi. That's huge. You know these super heavy samurai cards a little bit better than me, surely, Tom?
Well enough. I mean, people they've not been super popular since the banning of the Link 1.
Yeah, it didn't last too long, actually, last year. People didn't really get to utilize this deck as much, but Wakaushi and Benkai have kind of offered themselves up as a little bit of a engine of sorts in a couple of other decks over the last few formats, and using it here to bring out I forgot the name. I think it's not Wagon, is it? But yeah, basically just more guys to be able to special summon themselves from the spell and trap zone that lets you go into Xyz plays. Yeah, you can link with them.
It's a really powerful starter card. It lets you do anything you want. I expect there's going to be a lot of reading cards back and forth. Both players playing
Both players.
Yeah, so I just wanted to apologize. So it turns out that Matthew's deck list, he has so many monsters that he actually wrote more monsters on the back. So I was quite confused where those effect veilers were coming from. Turns out they were on the back of his deck list. It's where his little hand trap section on the back of his deck list.
Like a reference sheet for a dissertation.
Yeah.
Is the bibliography. This format is multiple hand traps, so makes sense. Here's the new Majespecter monster here. It's the rank 4 being hit with a Ghost Mourner from the hand here. You gotta love that. Good old Kirin is on that artwork here. Oh, wow. Okay, we're using the Majespecter Wind, I believe it is. So you contribute, and now you can special summon from your deck.
Yeah, it was one of those cards sometimes where it can be difficult to figure out what it does on the first reading of the card. So you can either tribute a monster or you can not tribute a monster. And if you tribute a monster, then you get to special summon a Majespecter from your deck. And if you don't tribute a monster, then you can just special summon one from your hand or graveyard.
And it's particularly crazy here because the Xyz monster also gets an effect when it's tributed. As you can see here, it just gets the scale itself. And then the Bumbuku could just add any Majespecter from deck to the hand here. And let me tell you, this new Link monster that Matthew's going to summon here is crazy. This thing is absolutely amazing. Bumbuku is searching Yamashiri, I forgot his name exactly, but basically if you control a Majespecter, you can just special summon it from your hand. You can also choose to reset from your graveyard here, so you can actually just get this wind back for free.
When did Bumbuku come out? That's what I want to know.
2015, 16?
So I remember these cards when they first came out, and you just like tried to get lots of advantage, you know, summoning a bunch of Majespecters back in the old days with Majespecter Kirin.
Oh yeah, we're getting a lot of advantage with this this Link monster. lets you add back 2 from your extra deck, and then you can place 2 from your main deck into your extra deck. So it basically sets you up for like a pendulum of like 4 monsters. It's so good. The only disadvantage, which is kind of really funny actually, because every Majespecter monster can be has that targeting and destruction protection. The Link monster doesn't, so it's actually very vulnerable to things like Valor and Impermanence.
Well, the XYZ monster doesn't either, I guess, considering it was hit with Ghost Mono.
Yeah, that's true. I guess like they just made it so that the extra deck monsters were not protected.
I mean, there's such powerful effects, right? Making them untargetable would be
Yeah.
extremely strong.
So here that comes. It's the big pendulum summon of. We just going for 2? No, we're going for 3 here.
Wow, might not be done.
Yeah, Majesty Maiden as well being summoned here, which is technically Majespecter as well.
Because you're
Which
just
is
having a read. Saying, like,
interesting lore there, I suppose, with the crossover. But yeah, this is really cool as well because she can just search any field spell. You can see the Ogama resolving as well. Both of them forming a chain here. This one sets a Majespecter spell and trap from the deck here, so we're going to go for Tempest, which is, as you described, a Solemn Strike. What do you think of that field spell we're adding?
it's a cool field spell, but we have to look at Christian's deck list, and there's really not that many spell cards, and he's already played one of them, so it's probably not going to do that much.
Yeah, the field spell, like, oh, that's a big Nibiru here. Wow. Okay.
I was wondering, do you not want to, like, maybe wait a second, let your opponent activate the Secret Village, and then Nibiru, and then they're under their
Oh,
own
yeah, then you can
Secret
lock them
Village?
under their own village. That's true. I don't think there's really any other spells you can activate from here, because once you establish your scales, it's, like,
Yeah.
fine, I suppose. But, yeah, this is a huge Nibiru here. By the way, just to point out as well, Christian is playing only 1 Raider's Knight Brave Strix, which you only need 1 and 1 for the combo, but if you ever end up in situations like this with the grind game, I think your only real starter afterwards is like going into Y Strix, so we'll see what he does here. It's also unfortunate for Matthew because this Tempest is going to be dead.
Well, no, because you can summon from the graveyard, right?
How are we using Wind here?
It's a quick play.
It was set though.
Yeah, this is Christian's turn.
Oh, we're just using it. Oh, is this the draw phase?
Well, I don't know if it's the draw phase, but it's Christian's
Oh,
turn.
okay, right,
Yeah,
sure.
But he passed back, so.
Okay, all right. Sorry, I didn't realize it was his turn there. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can't really do anything once you've been Nibiru in this situation. So trimming a monster out there to bring out Bambuku for a search. That's really important because Matthew wants that Tempest live as quickly as possible. So it makes sense that it's the first action on the opponent's turn here that we're going to use the Wind to bring out the... I think you just need a Wind Spellcaster, or maybe even Majespecter. I'm pretty sure it's just Wind Spellcaster to activate your spells and traps.
So is Tempest negates a special summon or a monster effect? Is
Yeah.
that the idea?
Okay, so Lanius comes down here, and then we get to reset the Wind again.
This seems to go on forever now, like, because you can get the Wind to summon the Bumbuku.
That's one thing that Majespecters have always been good at. It's always been like one of the few like grind game pendulum decks. I find that pendulum tends to be like all in, kind of like big powerhouse, like, you know, spam as many extra deck monsters as possible. Majespecter has always kind of played as like a control pendulum strategy.
Yeah, because I mean, summoning 5 monsters at a time kind of lends itself to doing a lot.
Yeah, you'd think so. Okay, we're gonna Tempest negate the effect of the... I forgot which Lanius this is. They all have Lanius in the name. But this is the Send, I believe. So I think he was trying to send another Mimicry from deck. They all send their special summon, so that's pretty strong here. Especially with your normal summon being used. It's not a lot of ways to keep pushing here.
Yeah, Christian just having a read of the extra deck, familiarizing himself with all of Matthew's cards, which is a good thing to do just before, I guess, packing up.
All right, we are back here, and Christian is most likely opting to go first here. As we see a Cosmic Cycle in his hand. That's an interesting card to bring in going first.
Yeah, I'm kind of intrigued by that, because he's got plenty of cards, right? He's got Anti-Spell Fragrance as well, for example, which is the most devastating card against pendulums that there
Okay.
is.
So same kind of start before. We've got Bloom Vulture into Strangle Lanius. Strangle is the one that special summons from the grave. Looks like we're going to summon another Strangle because we control a... I think you just need to control a Wing Beast or a Raidraptor, but yeah, a lot of the Raidraptors, they just say special summon, so this is it's obviously really good here, because now we get to try and go up into this combo here.
I think I do see an Effect Veiler in Matthew's hand.
Yeah, it's and you can see Christian like is thumbing over that Raider's Knight, but like recognizing that, hang on, well, listen, if there's something here, then that's going to be an issue. So this is pretty good because he's going 4 Strix first, actually. And if this gets stopped, you can just keep going with Y Strix.
Can you get back to Raider's Knight somehow after this?
Yeah, just any two level 4s gets you Raider's Knight. So it's not too big of a problem.
So if you're in Matthew's situation, knowing all that you do about the Raidraptor deck, where do you play your Effect Veiler?
Well, what Christian is hoping for here is that he Veilers this 4 Strix. That's 100% what Christian's trying to bet on right now. And you can see that Matthew's actually not taking the bait there, which is... oh, but this is really good, though. Did we use our normal summon? We didn't, right? Oh, this is really good. So Raider's Wing lets you... oh, you can just special summon it, I guess, but you can normal summon if you wanted to. It gives you targeting protection. So it's a Raidraptor card and a Phantom Knight card. So watch as we detach here and we activate the effect of Raider's Knight to rank up. He's trying to affect Veiler, but he can't affect Veiler because it's targeting protected from the Raider's Wing. So yeah, this is how you protect and keep going. That's really, really cool here because if you keep this Raider's Wing underneath your monster, you're just always protected from the effect Veiler here. So now we're using Brave Strix, and Brave Strix now gets to search for Skip Force. And this is how the combo works. This is you're off to the races now. This Veiler will come up eventually because you can't keep Raider's Wing underneath forever. But it's going to be enough,
so
I think.
The Raidraptors, can they just carry on ranking up?
Yeah, so you want to rank up twice. You go once with Skip Force, and then again with the new rank ups quick play spell from Phantom Nightmare. I forgot the name here. Oh, and I'm also just recognizing that it's going to reach a choke point where eventually you get Ultimate Falcon onto the field, and then you can just turn off your opponent's card effects for the rest of the turn. So the Veiler isn't going to like even be able to be used.
Oh, okay then. So the Veiler just never... So you were thinking that Veilering the 4 Strix was wrong, but it seems like there's just not going to be an opportunity to use it afterwards.
It's one of those situations where it's damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing, right? You know, like if you stop 4 Strix, they just need to summon any other monster, and then Raider's Knight gets you full combo. But if you don't stop it, well, then yeah, they can just search out the targeting protection. So it's just always a bad situation. So see, the Veiler came down here on the Noir, which I think is kind of questionable because I think Y-Strix would have been the better hit here. So we go link up into Y-Strix, you go chain link to Arsenal Falcon in the graveyard and chain link 1 Y-Strix. Arsenal Falcon is going to summon out the Ultimate Falcon from your extra deck and then attaches itself as a material, and now Y-Strix can summon a level 4 from the deck here. So we're going to go for Mimicry.
So what's the end goal for Christian?
He's going to be ending on 2 Raigekis and 3 unaffected monsters. And you can see Matthew here is reading the new quick play spell. This is how you rank up. I love to describe this as a synchro rank up because it adds up the level of the monsters and then ranks up using the monsters from your graveyard. And here's the Ultimate Falcon. So this is the last possible point of interaction that Matthew has here because now you can turn off all card effects that your opponent can use. So he's basically free to do whatever he wants from this point onward.
Interesting. You described the end field as like having Raigekis, but to me that doesn't sound very helpful against Majespecter when none of them can be destroyed.
That's actually pretty true. Although to be fair, like how do you out like a 5,000 attack unaffected monster in Majespecter?
Well, the classic pendulum strategy is you just pendulum summon 5 monsters in defense mode and then so they go. See what happens, but maybe that's not going to be the ticket.
All right, so it looks like we're making another 4 Strix, not once per turn. You can also use the Mimicry in the graveyard here. And it's really funny because you can play around Dart Ruler in this deck as well because you can search one of the new trap cards. I forgot what the activation requirement is, but you can. It's just like a negate, and I think it just negates any card effects.
Oh, so you can just negate Dark Ruler?
Potentially, I might be misremembering. It could just be monster effects, but they do also have a trap card that's searchable through the combo as well here. There is the Roost, which acts as a sort of like a mini Avarice, which is pretty cool. All right, here is the first rank up player. So you're going to watch this, these numbers here. You go 4+4+5 to rank up from your graveyard up into Rebellion Falcon. I mean, just look at that. Look how many materials this thing has.
So is this still Christian's turn?
Yes, it's still Christian's turn.
So I thought this. So this is something you want to summon on your turn.
Yeah, you do it once on your turn, and then when you rank up, I think the spell like resets itself back to the field. I think it's like the Brave String. Oh, okay. So I'm starting to remember how the combo works again. So this is Rebellion Falcon can detach 3 cards to copy the effect of a Raidraptor Exceed in your graveyard. So you see here, he detaches those 3. He's going to copy, I believe, Brave Strix, and now he gets Brave Strix effect, which adds a rank up card from your deck to your hand, or like a Raidraptor spell or trap. So I think this is how you get the trap cards.
So
it looks like he's adding, he's copying the Raider's Knight, it looks like, to go for Fuzzy Lanius, I think this is.
So you need to like run multiple copies of the rank up spells in your deck to be able to search one each time.
You play 2 rank ups, and you reset the what's it called? The other rank, the quick play rank up from your graveyard.
And did he just summon an SP to banish itself?
Yeah, I've never seen this line before, so Christian is definitely in the kitchen right now. He is cooking. All right. Yeah, so it's the so because of the first veil, okay, this is really, really cool to watch. I'm just saying because Christian has like really good mastery over this deck because he's been hit by a hand trap and he recognizes that actually stops your linear combo. So he had to go for like a different path here. So he needed to get the Heal Eagle into circulation because Heal Eagle banishes itself from the graveyard and then adds back the rank up spell. So he wouldn't be able to go for the Rebellion Falcon on the opponent's turn. So he had to do it here by going through this line so that he can get Heal Eagle in circulation in order to get the rank up card again.
Why did he summon an SP just to banish it?
I think he just needed the
have any like non-winged beasts or something? Why wouldn't you just leave the SP on the field?
because that's how he got the Heal Eagle into the grave, wasn't it? So he goes Y-Strix into Heal Eagle, and then you just link. I don't know why he banished it actually.
Yeah,
that
was
I
my
guess
question.
like you could just link it. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Is there any requirements for Raidraptors like not having winged beasts, or like
don't
having
think so.
only winged beasts?
I think we actually there might be doesn't something lock you? I think you might be locked into Wing Beast at some point here.
It does seem like the sort of deck that would lock you into winged beasts at some point.
Yeah. Maybe something's happened here. All right, we're probably just checking with the judges here to make sure that one of these cards hasn't actually... Because, yeah, there's a lot of cards that say, like, you know, can't special summon anything for the rest of the turn except Wing Beast, so there's maybe something that's happened here with SP, but I don't think so. Just notice how many cards he's got in his hand, by the way.
I mean, he did banish it extremely quickly, so it makes me feel like it's a part of some combo line that he knows.
Okay, so as you noticed, he didn't even use his normal summon this turn. So you can normal summon the Raider's Wing, and then that lets you use the Simorgh, Bird of Perfection, which is when a Wing Beast is summoned, you can normal summon it.
Does it do anything else?
No, it's just an extender. Just a just more ways to put more Wing Beasts on the field to go for rank 4s here. So yeah, 3 set cards. He's got the Trap card. I think he hard drew the Trap card, actually. And he's recycled the Quick Play rank up. Okay, so he's going to go Lightning Storm, but it's not really going to do much here because you still get to go into your Rebellion Falcon. Or you can just negate the Lightning Storm with the Trap cards. I guess it's kind of annoying because it forces it out.
Quite like Christian's very firm, like, targeting things. He says which lane it's in, you know? That zone, I'm negating, he doesn't point to the card.
Lane, that's an interesting choice of words. Okay, Majesty Maiden in the scale here. And, oh, he plays Nekomata. It's usually quite a slow one, right? Because that's the add in the end phase.
Yeah, I feel like he was playing like many copies of almost all of the Majespecters. So I guess being able to activate all of the different effects is quite relevant.
Looks like it's just being scaled as fodder for the effect of Maiden Scale effect, which destroys and then goes into the, I think it's Ignister his name is. A whole bunch of like Draco cards here. So in response, Christian is going to go for that rank 13 summon with all of the materials here up into the Rebellion Falcon. Hang on, does Rebellion Falcon destroy all cards or monsters?
Well, he's activating it, so...
Does it destroy all cards? Okay. Oh, wow. It's even better than I thought it was. Work.
So both the players just being given the go-ahead.
Yeah, and I assume Matthew will opting to go first. Face off! Oh my lord! I haven't seen that in a while.
I had exactly that reaction. I was like, do I even remember what that does? And
Is that
Christian,
still
I
one?
guess not. I have no idea. It was for a long time. I can't imagine it is anymore, but maybe.
It's been a while. Face off is yeah, it's crazy good in this deck because it's essentially like a +1 kind of, right, with the way Pendulum works. You like put one on, you can like put one on the field, or you can like, well, it does both, right? You put it on the field or in the scale, and then you put another one into the extra deck, and well, don't you like flip a coin or something? Oh, you can Ash Face Off. Okay,
Does your
that's funny.
opponent not like pick one, or is it you pick?
I thought, do you? Am I lying? You definitely don't flip a coin, right?
No, I think your opponent picks one.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe I'm making stuff up as well.
Ashing the what's it called is pretty interesting. Face Off though.
I didn't know you
'Cause-
could Ash face off.
Yeah, because it technically special summons on resolution, right?
Okay. One goes to the extra deck, one gets special summoned, I see.
Yeah. It sort of like does it on resolution. So we're going to go for that wind play again. You know, super clutch, important play here. Go Bumbuku, brought out with the Yata, which searches the spell. And then you tribute a monster. You get the Bumbuku for the... it's a porcupine, I think. I forgot his name. It's Yama something from
Alright.
Phantom Nightmare, but we're going to call it a porcupine.
I thought you were going to try and guess what animal Bunbuku was. If you don't
What is
think it-
Bumbuku? It's a
I don't
fox,
know.
right?
Origama's definitely a toad, I feel like.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know Bumbuku.
So we have reset the wind to the field here with the porcupine, and now we're using the link monster here, the very important, powerful link monster, recycling back to our hand, and then putting 2 from the deck into the extra. And we're scaling Babuka and Maiden. Bit of an awkward scale here, but it's fine. We can use the can just use them to pendulum summon because that's what matters. Oh, we've also got the fox here, the QB. QB sets a trap from the deck here, so you can get Tempest, and then Ogama can get you a second trap as well.
So maybe Bunbuku's not a fox.
Oh, good point.
There's another fox.
A raccoon, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a raccoon. Okay, yeah. Tempest with the QB is being searched rather than set, and then the Ogama gets to set. I think Ogama does set traps as well, or it might just be spells. Okay, it is just spells. So that's Majespecter Wind, which I think is a destroy effect.
Yeah, it's probably. I think all of the Majespecter spells and traps. These are some of the older ones, and I think you have to tribute a Majespecter to use their effect. So there, you can tribute a Majespecter and destroy a card.
The only bad thing about the pendulum, oh wow, this again. All right, welcome back. All right, that's kind of rough here actually. But is it though? I don't know. Maybe we'll just do exactly what we did in game 1.
Yeah. Do we not need to be able to summon a Majespecter from our graveyard though?
Ooh, what do you mean?
For the wind. Does that summons from the grave, or can it summon from the extra deck?
I don't actually remember. I think because there's 2 spells. There's a quick play and there's a normal spell. I'm just gonna bring these up here and double check here. So it's Majespecter Cyclone actually, is the one he set here. So Wind is the yeah, that was the first one. Cyclone is the one that we set off of the Ogama. This one tributes a Wind spellcaster and then destroys a card. So yeah, that would have been 2 forms of disruption there. But we can keep going with the Maiden here, it looks like, which is pretty cool. You can discard and then get a field spell. Let's see if he kept in Secret Village or if he swapped over. Okay, it is going to be Secret Village.
You have to be careful with Secret Village. It's always a bit of a double-edged sword, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, just because, like, if you don't control a spellcaster, you can't activate spells yourself, so that might be a bit of an issue next turn. We'll see.
Is the Draco Slayer in play It is a Majespecter, but is it a spellcaster or is it a
I
dragon?
think so, yeah.
You think it is? Well, we hope so, because otherwise...
It should be, yeah. You know, True Draco Majesty Maiden in True Draco back in 2017? She was a spellcaster, right? Or was she a worm?
I can't remember.
Ah, you played that deck, didn't you? I'm sure, didn't you top that year at Euros? 2017?
Yeah, but that was with Zodiac.
Oh, I thought you played the Draco version.
No.
Just pure Zoo?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. All right. So I think I just spotted another face-off in Matthew's deck, so I think it must be a 3.
Well, at least 2.
Unless...
In the end phase, we're going to get to add this to the hand? Yeah.
What did we add to the hand?
A Majespecter monster.
Yeah, I think it was from that Necomata.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those cards that adds in the end phase. Sometimes you just forget. It's also resolving. You know, I've never forgotten a Scarm in my life.
Well, you are the Burning Abyss master.
That's a stretch. Not bad, huh? Ash Nibiru.
Yep. I mean, I don't know what sort of interruptions Matthew has. So he's currently stopping Christian from playing any spell cards. Which, I mean, we have the benefit of seeing his deck list, which has only got 4 spell cards in it. But, so hopefully for Christian he'll have a bunch of monsters that he can use.
Yeah, so he's going to go for that same play as last turn. Game number 1, I suppose, where you go for the Bumbuku, which is a raccoon. I've just been confirmed.
You heard it here first.
For the same play as before here. Oh, okay, we're just going to go for Bumbuku for Bumbuku. Now, it's a little bit awkward because it means you can only use one of your Disruption, because you have to tribute for the Tempest or the Cyclone. So you have to opt to decide, like, okay, do I want to use Cyclone for the destruction of a monster, or do I want to use Tempest?
Yeah, and then once you don't have your Secret Village.
Yeah. Oh, although, to be fair, yeah, I forgot, you could just summon this, so you have 2 monsters here. Yeah, okay. Alright, so we got both of them live. We can't even go to the battle phase and force it out by just attacking over the Wind Spellcaster. So, yeah, Christian's going to have to try and, like, force through, like, one of them and then maybe go battle phase. Okay, normal summoning Mimicry. You got to get some kind of Raidraptor down as your normal summon. There's a world where you actually just destroy this, right? Because I think a lot of the special summon requirements of Raidraptors is that you have to control a Wing Beast. So sometimes just hitting the normal summon is kind of clutch.
Do you think Matthew knows this?
He's debating it. He's definitely thinking about it. Okay, it doesn't look like it. From the way that we're playing out here, it looks like we're going to go battle phase. Yeah, so pretty cool. Christian has actually recognized that, okay, all of these cards require tributing. So you're going to have to, like, deal with that. You do lose both of your cards here. I will say, it's a bit weird, right? Because he destroyed the Mimicry. Because you don't really want that in the graveyard, because it can banish and search. But at the same time, you don't want him to have a Wing Beast on the field.
Are there lots of ways to just summon Raidraptors from your hand, or do you need a Wing Beast in play?
Yeah, Bloom Vulture, I think, can get him there. But I'm trying to remember if Bloom Vulture requires that you don't control no monsters.
Yeah, because we know that Matthew can't use any of his interruptions, right? The Tempest requires you to tribute a Wind Spellcaster.
Unless he's got some hand traps, I think Matthew should be out of disruption here. Yeah, so I just double-checked. Bloom Vulture does require you to control no face-up monsters.
Oh.
It's a bit of a contradiction in playing Nibiru, I feel, right?
Yeah, this is one of the downsides of Nibiru for, like, a lot of decks. Obviously, we saw, like, when Kashtira was very popular, like, Nibiru was very good against Kashtira, but if you were playing it yourself, then you've still got to deal with the fact that you've got that Nibiru in play.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very good example. I think Christian is just debating what he searches here with the Mimicry, and probably is, like, realizing, well, okay, how do I keep extending with the Nibiru on my side of the field? Goes for the Roost. Interesting. Okay.
Well, he is allowed to activate spell cards now.
Yeah, he can. Which is a little concerning for Matthew on his turn, because he won't be able to place a scale. So.
Well, he still has Bumbuku in hand, so he can just normal summon that.
Yeah, and Bumbuku should be pretty easy to stick because of the targeting and destruction protection. So he should be safe from spell cards next turn.
He should be safe from his own secret village.
Yeah, his own secret village that he has deployed. Ooh, triple tactics. Okay. All right, digging for cards. That's cool. That's very odd to bring in tactics against a secret village deck. I just want to point that out, by the way. That's brave. Oh, wow, he actually can't extend. Yeah, no. That's rough.
I mean, we've not seen Secret Village.
Oh, he's
in the
going
last
Typhon.
game.
Okay. So that's one way to out a Nibiru token, I suppose.
That you gave your opponent.
Yeah. Just wondering if it's actually worth getting rid of the token. Probably because it's just so big.
But here we are. Matthew gets to have his turn again, and he gets to normal summon that spellcaster, and there's no solemn warning for Christian. Basically the best card here that he could have.
Yeah, no, this is looking pretty good for Matthew here. He's got the Majesty Maiden now with the Bambuku, and then, oh, well, would you look at that? Maiden can be searched off of the Dynaster, and destroying, reviving, or rather special summoning from the scale, and then can go for another link play here. Oh, is that Beyond? Okay, pretty cool.
Beyond also a spellcaster, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, playing a bit, you know, dangerously maybe, having a monster that... I mean, I suppose he doesn't know what interruptions Christian is likely to have, but I feel safer with Bambuku and play as my spellcaster, because that's much harder to get off the field, right?
Yeah, a little bit of a risk there, but looks like it's paying out here as we Pendulum summon three. Yep, that's 3. We got Beyond the Pendulum. We got Yata. Nekomata in the end phase is going to search here. And the little bonus effect of Beyond the Pendulum activating there, right?
Yeah, it gets to destroy if you summon 2 monsters to zones that it points to when you pendulum
Yeah, like
summon.
at the same time, I believe.
It's a long way of saying pendulum summon.
Here's that Wind we recycled here. That's going to bring out the Ogama from the deck here. And then Ogama on the new chain. Wind goes to the grave. You can reset a card here. And I think the Xyz is the trigger there, right? Like when something is tributed, it summons another guy from the deck. And then we get to reset again. And okay, wow, Matthew just really playing through this like a storm. What is that card?
It's a pendulum.
Oh, it's Exceed the Pendulum.
Yeah, I definitely knew that. I know it's a link monster that pendulums like to summon, but I can't remember. I think it summons something from your grave, maybe.
Yeah, it's like a it's like a Selene 2.0 or something. I want to say, kind of similar vein here.
Couldn't Matthew just like play Selene as well? Like,
Can he what?
I said, couldn't he just play Selene?
I suppose, but
they're all spellcasters.
a little more of a requirement there. All right, attacking for a bunch of damage here. Is this game on field?
I don't think the Majespecters are very big.
No, they're not. Is there a lock in place? Like, is there a reason we can't just go, like, access code? No, maybe not. I suppose Matthew definitely knows better than us, so, yeah, turning down that life point here, gonna leave him... He might leave him one more turn here, but... Yeah, there's just like, so much setup, right?
Yeah, there is a lot of stuff happening with the IP.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to have enough monsters to tribute for all of his Majespecter spells and traps. And Christian can't activate any more spell cards. So this is going to be quite difficult to get out of.
Yeah, we've also got that Nekomata search resolving in the end phase for more resources. That's going to get Yada for next turn. And yeah, looks like a pass turn there. Matthew pretty happy about that. Not able to close out the game. 300 life points remaining.
This is definitely a moment from a TV show where he said, you know, you should have finished me off, and then you you turn up and do something.
Can we get a 300 life point reverse sweep here?
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. He's reading Secret Village. Oh no. Please, Christian. Okay, alright. We've got Tribute Lanius, I believe. And first action immediately, we're going to go Wind. And revive back the Majespecter Link from the graveyard here. We have a lot of, like, Link fodder for this Masquerena.
How cool would this deck be if it also had Kirin?
Yeah, wouldn't that be crazy?
You know, I'd love to see, like, if you're playing Majespecters, you should be allowed to use Kirin, Like, obviously other
Oh,
people
like one of
shouldn't be
those.
allowed to use
Right, right,
Kirin,
right.
but, like, Majespecters should be allowed.
So it should say on the card, if your deck contains 15 Majespecter cards, you
Exactly.
can place this card from the Forbidden Limited list.
Into your main deck, yeah.
Maybe we can play around with activation, what's it called like that? That'd be very funny. But we saw that Tempest came down on, I believe that was the hand effect of Strangleonius, which I thought it was a built-in summon actually, but I guess not. Must have been used there to negate and destroy. Looks like we're entering the battle phase.
No, he's
okay.
activating the effect, I think that.
Activating the effect, that's getting hit by Valor. Now we've got I think that's Fuzzy Lanius, which is just a special summon if you control a Raidraptor. The only bad thing about Fuzzy Lanius is that it does lock you into Raidraptors for the turn. So there is one lock in this deck, and it's this one here specifically, Fuzzy Lanius.
Oh, is that what we were trying to figure out last game when
Yeah.
whether it was allowed?
Yeah, so it just adds a copy of itself, so I think if you use the effect to add from your deck another copy, you do just get locked into Wing Beast for that turn, but... Oh, that's really funny. Exceed is a quick effect. That's amazing. Yeah, so just more materials for Masquerena if we want to.
I assume just SP is what's going to come out of this Masquerena, but...
Oh, just so many options, right? Like, you can go SP, you can maybe even go for like an Apollousa, you can... Underworld Goddess, maybe, like, just anything, like...
That's a classic. Using Underworld Goddess is so much fun. You can just kind of
Scare
look at your opponent and just take one of their cards and just put it in the graveyard.
It's great when you get to use, like, Link 2s on their field.
Oh, that sounds fun, actually.
Alright, looks like it's SP here. Gonna banish the Tribute Lanius. A little bit dangerous, because, like, there is just a lot of special summoning in Raidraptor, but I think Christian might just be out of cards in hand, I think, at this point, isn't he?
Yeah, and the SP can deal with another monster as well.
Ooh, I think that's Roost being activated here, so we're gonna recycle. And draw one card, and, oh boy, it's better be something spicy. Hopefully it's not a spell card.
A spicy spell card.
Not long left on the clock here, so even if we do have a wait... Nope, that looks like that's it. That is game over. And Matthew has bested Christian using the Majespecter.